Yeah, had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. Truth bombs that many never knew. We talking politics, everything up to the moon. Was the landing real or fake? I guess you'll never know. Let's talk, this is the Nate and Garrett Show, yeah. So lend me your ear, let's get it poppin'. You know that we keep it live, non-stoppin'. Educate and entertain, there ain't no doubt. After you listen, you'll be thinking way outside the box. From media dishonesty, never let them play you. Keep it authentic nowadays, many can't do. Unfiltered is how we do it. Make sure you stay locked in and tuned in, let's go. Had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. The Nate and Garrett Show.
And now, welcome to the Nate and Garrett Show. Prepare yourself to be transported to the furthest reaches of reality. As the hosts unravel the mysteries of the universe, the depths of the deep state, the truth hidden in plain sight, all while bringing you the news from this week. Please welcome your hosts, Nate and Garrett.
What's up, Garrett? Garrett, I can't hear you. Uh-oh. We're back and we're having some technical difficulties.
There we go. Figured it out. There. All right. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, what's up?
We are back. As you guys can see, I'm now running tech because Nate is not in front of a computer right now. So this is a practice show. We're gonna see how it works this way.
What's it been, like 3 or 4 months?
I think it's been more
that we've had off here.
I really think it's been more.
I'm not sure.
I've been trying to think. A lot has happened, and I'm not blaming you, Nate, but the world seems to be a worse place since we stopped doing the show.
You're right, man. I feel like we stopped the COVID lockdowns with our show.
Yep.
By speaking the truth about it, so we saved the world on that.
Dude, that really did switch, didn't it?
Oh, I know.
Now they're already doing the whole memory hole thing where lockdowns were never really a thing. And I know you saw Fauci.
They never talk about lockdowns.
Yeah. Fauci acts like I never called for a lockdown.
Yep. Oh, he said that. He said,
I could try to pull that one up really quick.
It's just like the defund the police where they're saying that wasn't our idea. We didn't do that.
They're already starting to do that to the vaccine a little bit too.
Yeah.
Speaking of, do you remember we got banned on YouTube because there's a specific show I remember we basically said that the vaccine, we're talking about the mandates. We said there's no reason for a mandate because it doesn't stop you from spraying to other people. And we got banned specifically for that. And now YouTube rolled that back and they said that you could say that now. They're like a list of stuff you couldn't say, and that's no longer on it.
Yep. Another thing we got banned for, one of our shows got taken down, was when we were talking about ivermectin.
Yep. But you still can't talk about that, though, as a treatment. They'll still ban you for that.
I'll bet you're right, but did you see that the CDC updated their website to say that ivermectin is a treatment for COVID now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that even the CDC is admitting, like, okay, yeah, you can use ivermectin. But I'll bet you're right. I'll bet YouTube will still ban you for it. We're probably going to get this one banned now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, I'm sure that you said vaccine, and they're still probably doing that. But it's kind of interesting that since our last show, you couldn't say that. And now, of course, people are saying, like, no, you don't know how vaccines work. Nobody ever said you can't spread it with the vaccine, and obviously that's not the case. The other memory hole, then they'll say, is like, well, that's the way it was at first, but not enough people got vaccinated, so then it mutated. Dr. Birx admitted that initially, right away when they released the vaccine, that she knew that it wasn't going to prevent transmission.
I saw her say that.
Yeah.
She said, we always knew.
Yeah.
But to the point you made right when we started the show is, how about that? No one ever talks about lockdowns now.
No.
I think it's funny. I think they're embarrassed to say that they did it. No one wants to mention it.
Yep.
It's the same with masks. Nobody's wearing masks. There's a couple diehards still wearing their masks, but nobody else is.
There's a pretty funny subreddit on Reddit where it's basically just people still masking up and pat themselves on the back for it and everything.
That's great.
Yeah, but man, I'm trying to find it. We'll have to pull up a different show, but Fauci basically saying that he never was for lockdowns, and it's just him also from 2 years ago saying how we had to lock down and how he forced a lockdown and all that. But it's one of those things,
I saw that compilation of that.
It's one of those things that there's just no true Scotsman. I mean, they could say like, yeah, you really didn't lock down though. Well, I mean, how far do we go?
Right,
do we go as far as China, where they're welding people in buildings and shit, and they're legit starving to death in their buildings, and then that's still not enough. It's still spread, and people are still acting like, well, that's not a true lockdown.
Right. That one guy in Australia got in an elevator and sneezed, so they didn't lock down hard enough.
Yeah. That's kind of, there's just no true Scots with this.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with the vaccine. When it first came out, Fauci said, 60% of the population needs to get this for herd immunity. And then, I mean, God, for a while there, it was almost 90% of people were vaccinated.
Yeah. You can never go too far.
Yeah. That's
It's
not
never
100%.
far enough.
So,
exactly. So that's why it didn't work. It's because it wasn't 100%. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Nash, Kid Slop. Nice seeing you guys again. Nash, how long has it been for last show? Do you remember? We're trying to remember.
No way. Nash and Kid Slop are
here?
Oh, cool. What's up, guys?
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we're back.
So
it's probably going to be kind of a short show.
We're
just getting it. Yeah, we're just getting the bugs worked out.
Yeah, I'm running the tech today instead of Nate. Nate's actually in his van.
Yeah, I'm in my pickup using my cell phone. Here's a little tour. Just
So you're living there, huh? looks cozy.
It's just my sleeping pod.
You want to tell me what you've been doing? And it's kind of a cool story.
Well, I'm just traveling. I'm traveling around playing poker, basically. I was in Florida for a little while, and now I'm in Texas. I'm just driving around playing poker. Yeah.
Fruitful?
It's going pretty well.
Good.
Yeah, it's good, man. I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. And sleeping in here is not bad. I'm pretty comfortable,
Dang.
I don't know if I'm living in here. I'm sleeping in here. I'm mostly in the casino, dude. But yeah, it's a trip.
That says since January or February. I think it's closer to that. Nate thought it was closer to 3 or 4 months. I think it was more than that.
I thought it was like June.
But I do remember we came back, or we left like right when Nash got his internet back. And then we basically said we're going to figure this out, and we finally are, I think. I think we're getting closer anyway.
Cool.
Let's get into it. We talked about how things are different now compared to when we were done.
Yeah.
Or when we were done. You remember the Republicans were basically, it was going to be a red wave. They were shooing. Right. I mean, we put money on Predict It. Let's go look at that quick, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's go
to... because you're right. Around the time we did our last show, it was looking like Republicans were going to win the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
I was betting a bunch of money on it.
Yeah. And right now, we're looking at who's going to control the Senate, and the Democrats are at 60-43 lead right now.
No.
Which has gotten closer than it was for a while there. And a lot of people were blaming this on the I think it was called Dodd Act, basically the repeal of Roe v. Wade. I don't think so. I think this was just more kind of a regression back to the mean, where Biden's approval was so low that it was basically impossible to go lower, because you're just going to always have the diehards. I mean, he was down to like 30-something%. And obviously since then, too, he's put through some student loan forgiveness stuff. But, I mean, look at this. When we were last talking, Republicans were at 75 cents. And they got as low as, I think it is even almost the 20s here.
That's depressing to me.
Yeah.
Still. Even where it's at now, it's still depressing.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
There's two things about this. One, it's getting better, yes. Two, the Senate the House is different. The House, you look at it, still almost 80% or whatever. The difference is, and I think most people know this, but the Senate, there's only a few seats up, and there's not very many. And there's only a couple in the battleground states. So those ones are the ones that are really important, of course. In the House, it's complete turnover, basically. So there's a huge difference there. But look at that. That is kind of coming back. I think it's right now, if I would say this, it's 52 cents Republicans, 50 Democrats is what we'll see in about a week. This usually lags behind.
Do you think that Republicans will win the Senate?
I think they have about 55% chance. If I had to pick, I'd say yes. Here's the bad thing is they need 51 seats, where the Democrats only need 50 because Kamala's the tiebreaker.
Okay, yeah.
You know, really, though, with the Republicans getting the House and it basically being a lock there, the Senate doesn't really matter a whole lot. They'll be close enough that it's going to still – they're not going to have a veto-proof anything. There's not going to be, knock on wood here, there shouldn't be any Supreme Court seats up, nothing like that.
But it would still be great to get it.
Yeah, and here's another thing. Let's look at Georgia here. This is one of the big ones. Republicans are ahead of Georgia. Walker, ex-football player. Did you see that they agreed to a debate and Walker basically said, that's his name, right? Walker?
Yeah, Herschel Walker.
Yeah, thank you. He basically said, like, I'm not going to do good in this debate. He's smarter than I am.
Yeah, he said that the other guy's smart and I'm dumb, but I'll still do the debate or something.
Yeah. Supposedly some people are acting like that's a kind of endearing thing he said. I don't know. Georgia's one of those states, though, that does the runoff where you have to have that 50%.
Oh, yeah.
That's what caused the big issue with the Republicans losing the Senate last time during the elections, because when Trump was on the ticket, it brought more people in. I think the same thing might happen here. I think he might win, but then they do the runoff, and then he doesn't get the 50%. They take all the other candidates off. Nevada is going to go red. I think it's going to go red for the Senate and for the governor. Which is kind of crazy.
I bet on that like last week after we were talking about it. I've got a bunch of money on these elections, man. I'm really betting on a red wave.
You have some decent money there?
Say again?
You have some decent money?
Yeah. I've been betting on this for like the last year. I just keep betting more.
Do you know what's craziest about this is that there's a good chance that this is either the 50th seat for the Democrats or the 51st seats for the Republicans here at Pennsylvania. And we've got two of probably the worst candidates running right now.
Are you talking about Pennsylvania?
Yes. We got Fetterman, who makes Biden look cognizant. And then we have Oz, who's just I don't even know what the guy stands for. I mean, he's
like a celebrity.
He was a Trump endorsement.
Like a D-list celebrity. Yeah.
He's a Trump endorsement, and a lot of Republicans said, "What the hell? Why are you doing this?" And Trump basically said, "If it doesn't work out, you can come and blame me." But it's crazy to me that this is it. You go, Fetterman. He's the one that had the stroke during the Democratic primaries, and it happened like right before the vote was going to happen, and a lot of people were wondering if he was going to bow out, and he didn't, and he won. And he definitely, should we do that? Should we play some of his speeches?
Play some of him talking.
He definitely has some issues. So here's him at a campaign rally.
Standing in the shadow of your amazing building. Do you think that the 10 homes Dr. Oz has a union hall across their home?
Probably not, because I don't know the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, and he yells on the wrong. He emphasizes the wrong syllables and stuff. This guy seriously had a stroke, and he's still super fucked up from it.
Do you know this is Reddit's choice for next president? This was their up and coming guy.
Well, he's following Biden. Looks like he's he
wears a hoodie and he's an everyday guy.
Oh my god!
He does the whole Boris thing where Boris had that bad haircut to be the everyday working man. He kind of does this. He wears this baggy jacket with his shorts, But the guy's like a trust fund baby, and he's got like his parents are super loaded, and he's basically the exact opposite of what he's put himself out as.
Yeah.
God, did you hear he had an issue too where there was a black jogger and he did the whole thing where he ran him down and pulled a gun on him?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I didn't look into it very much, but I heard something like that.
So it's kind of
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that this is the guy, but we'll keep going.
Yeah, let him.
If you say you think the word of steelworker, what words come to your mind if you say steelworkers?
Well, hopefully more to your mind than his mind.
Oh my God, dude. Keep
all
it going.
Words that bring to your mind when you hear the word steelworkers, does the word crudité come to your mind?
Is that a word?
Do you know what that's referring to?
What word is he saying there?
Crudité? I'll show you. So Oz did we'll get to the Oz ads after this.
All right.
But basically Oz, like, I guess you would call it like a veggie tray, and he called it a crudité.
All right.
And so he's getting attacked for that. I've never heard that term before. But
I feel like I've heard it, but I didn't know what it meant. Crudité.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a...
So that's
he's taking a shot at Dr. Oz here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
The word that's going to come to my mind, crudité, is wrong with demanding for an easy, safe kind of their income. This is one simple truth. If you send me to Washington, D.C., and there's going to be choices in front of me as the next senator, and it's going to be what? Are you going to stand with the union way of life, or are you going to stand with trying to destroy the union way of life? And there is no doubt in knowing I'm going to come down and stand with the union way of life. If I'm your next senator to Washington, D.C., guess what? You're still going to have a senator that's going to be living across the street from your steel plant. I'm going to be the kind of senator that's going to be living directly across the street with a union hall, 1219.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's done basically 2 appearances since the stroke. This was one of them.
I've seen a few videos of him talking, and you know, I don't want to be mean to the guy. I think he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And he's legitimately fucked up. I feel bad for him.
And you know, that's kind of the route they're going with. Basically saying, like, can you believe that people would dare, this guy is going through a medical issue.
Yeah, why are the Republicans being so mean to him? But you know, I just gotta say, you know, he is legitimately unfit for office. He should not be allowed to be a senator.
Yes.
You know?
And I'll play this one. This is a quick one, too. But
okay.
Now, on us to eliminate the filibuster, if you come out and step with us, we will be able to stand with you in D.C. I gave away the lieutenant governor in Pennsylvania, the only lieutenant governor in the history to do that. And let's get some stuff done for America. Who would ever think that I would be
look there,
the normal one in the race here, you know, with that.
Man, it's like an SNL skit of a completely incompetent senator shouldn't be running.
I know. I'll show you. So then, on the other side of this, this is Dr. Oz's ad attacking him.
All right.
I gotta show you guys this before we give him any credit.
Now that John Fetterman claims to be recovered.
Alrighty, that voice. They got that nasally voice that's like right from like a 90s commercial. Now that John Fetterman's recovering.
It sounds like a South Park commercial where they're making fun of commercials.
Let's pull back his hoodie and examine what's in his head. Looks like he has some screws loose. What's this?
This seems like what somebody would make to make fun of like the old school Republican, like, oh, drugs are bad. You know, he had one marijuana and now he's in his deathbed. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy that they ran with this.
It also seems like something that just some kid would make to make fun of Fetterman, you know, just like some college kid. This does not seem like a professional commercial for
no. And what is in the background? Because either the left and the right, like
an oil well.
I guess.
I don't know what's going on in this video.
I just love when that bong comes out. They have the sound of someone taking a hit.
Fetterman wants to release 1/3 of all prisoners. That's crazy. Spend more tax dollars, everything will cost more. That's nuts. Slow energy production, gas prices will skyrocket. That's ridiculous. Socialized medicine? Where do you get these crazy ideas?
I haven't tried.
Was that the whole video?
That's the whole video. I kind of think they're scrubbing it a bit because it did not, like, nobody really liked it.
It seems so amateurish.
Yeah, it really
of a video.
Does.
Like I could make that in PowerPoint or something.
Yeah, so for real, the control set very likely is going to come down to these two.
Unreal. The control of the sun is coming down to this race.
Yep.
Dude, there's one interview, and I just want to mention it, where Fetterman says something like, Dr. Oz doesn't have a doctor telling him he's unfit for office. And I think that a doctor told Fetterman he's unfit for office. But Fetterman's just like, oh, what's he know? I think so. I think Fetterman's doctor told him to drop out of the race. That's what I think. But anyway.
Yeah. So that happened since we last went on. What else happened?
U.S. politics, man.
Yep. The potato, John Stelter, we talk about him all the time. He got fired. Did you hear that one?
Yep.
And that was something
news.
We kept hearing over and over was going to happen. That finally did.
Well, we talked a lot on our show about how the mainstream media is losing power and nobody's watching CNN. Mm-hmm. And now Stelter gets fired. Chris Cuomo got fired while we were still doing our show all the time.
Basically, the head of CNN had to step down. And supposedly, there's a big backlash from the left, people trying to boycott CNN and just move over to MSNBC because it's not left-wing enough for him anymore.
No way.
And we
CNN's
know that they love their echo chambers. Yes.
You can never be woke enough.
Yep.
If they're canceling CNN, you know something weird's going on. Yep. But yeah, I saw that Stelter got fired. Love to see that. I saw Don Lemon got fired or something.
Should we see quick first what Alex Jones has to say about Stelter getting fired?
Yeah.
Have you
What's
seen
he
this?
Have to say about it? I've seen the first 10 seconds.
Oh, this one's great.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
It's Brian Stelter. There it is. Oh, my God. I mean, that is a horror movie cover. Seriously, he is scarier looking than It the Clown. I mean, would you let your children anywhere near that psychopath? I mean, that is a psychopath right there. I mean, look at him. God. Oh, I mean, it cries out, danger, danger, alert, alert. I am a scumbag.
That is a terrible picture, right?
Yeah. Hey, can the people see the whole picture?
Can you guys see this?
Garrett, pull up the Streamlabs thing. Okay, look, they can see that. Okay. I didn't know when it was full screen if they can see it or not, but yeah. Okay.
So you don't think they're seeing it full screen when
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I am filth. I am your enemy. I would literally not be able to finish my dinner if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys.
Who's this guy? I don't know who this is.
I don't know, but he looks creepy as hell. Whoever he is.
And I'm sorry. They're not just lying anti-American scumbags that want to run us all to the ground because they're little men. They're pieces of crap. They think they're better than everybody.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's a spirit of evil, and we must break them. I've tried to do joke photos like this to look disingenuous, and I can make any face I want to. I can't pull it off because the eyes, Chico. It's always in the eyes.
Alex Jones is too good, dude.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hell on earth. He wants to run your life. He wants to control every aspect of your life because he knows he is a cowardly, degenerate sack of anti-human trash.
What do you think? Do you think Stelter's seen this?
I hope so. Yeah, I do
see
think
all the full screen. Dang, can't see the whole picture when full screen.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I caught a glimpse of
See
it.
your chat pop up. No chat either, huh?
Oh, dang.
Let me see real quick if I could.
So I'm on my cell phone, so I can't see the chat.
Let me see real quick if I can add here's a chat box. All right. Now I think if somebody types something, we should be good to go. Someone type something, please, when it comes up, once you guys catch up to the show. I don't know if we need to play this whole thing out, but man, have you been following the Alex Jones trial at all?
Not really. What ended up happening with that?
So now, God dang, it's not popping up. Oh, well, we'll figure it out next time. But basically, he's getting sued by the families of the Parkland shooting. Is that the one?
No, it's Sandy Hook.
Oh yeah, Sandy Hook. He's getting sued by those families, and boy, I think that the judge is pretty obviously biased. Let me find some clips for that next show. Maybe we'll do a little segment on that too. But it's just kind of interesting to see that side of this anyway. But man, they basically said in one of the, he had to do like a financial statement thing. I think he was making like $200 million a year off his show.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
That's why we got to start selling hair growth vitamins or something, Garrett. We got to hurry up and say, you got to buy Alpha Brain.
Alex Jones, before and after. See, this is where I wish I was better. Technically, it's like I show people the full screen of this. But here's Alex Jones's ad he did for a vitamin supplement where it's supposed to be a weight loss one, and the left is before, the right's after. And he just sat outside the sun for a little bit. You can tell.
Yeah, what are you doing? He
Right
realized
before
that he had the
photo
after
shoot.
picture.
Yeah.
He had to take the after picture, so he quick hopped in a tanning bed. That is too good.
Yep. And so what else happened? You're right. Don Lemon. I don't know if he got fired. I think he got demoted. I think they took him off of his show and put him in a morning show. He's going viral with this one. Have you seen this one? It's a minute and a half. It's about the Queen. She died, and I was playing.
Well, this is coming when there's all of this wealth, and you hear about it comes as England is facing rising costs of living, a living crisis, and so on. And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are, you have all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And when across the entire world, when slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery?
Yeah, we kind of made that point when we were watching that Microsoft. Remember that really weird Microsoft podcast?
Oh, I love that.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm wearing a red shirt. And black hat. Can I go buy E&M? And first, we wanted to take the time to acknowledge that we're on stolen land from the Chinook. And they just listed a bunch of tribes.
Yeah.
Where we laughed at it, but it's kind of the same thing. Like, well, that tribe stole it from that tribe, which stole it from that tribe. And that's the reason that was so many tribes. It's kind of a funny point she's making here, but.
Slavery. The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce. Was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say, who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages.
Oh, so
absolutely,
pause it,
that's
Garrett.
where.
So, you know what? She's saying maybe the Africans should be paying the British because the British soldiers are dying.
The ones that saved them.
Oh, she's agreeing with Don Lemon, but she's saying that the British should be getting some reparations. Very interesting view there.
Yeah, let me point this out a little bit. I have something to say about Lemon at the end, too.
Yeah.
They should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, that those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
It's an interesting discussion, Hillary. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll continue to discuss in the future.
I love it.
So remember the impact of this.
I think a year and a half ago, I think we're seeing a neutered Don Lemon there. I think he sees his coworkers dropping like flies. I think he sees ratings dropping. I think a year and a half ago he blows up right there. Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think this is already, I think, post-emotion. This is, I don't think this was that long ago. So this was post-emotion and everything. I think in the past, he doesn't let that slide.
He would at least say, like he would at least pin her down on it a little bit and say, what he was saying? And
yeah.
Instead, he was just like, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Just like this person here tweet, what the hell just happened on Don Lemon's show? Did this woman just suggest that slaves should go back to Africa to get reparations from chieftains? Yeah, I think that's what he would have done, but he sees the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Nesh says, the chat says, yeah, I know. I'll figure out chat before we go live again, because that is a really fun part of this. And I think we
got to get that fixed.
Yellow Robe, too, says hi. Hi, Yellow Robe. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry.
Yeah, hopefully we'll start doing these maybe every week. Or we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to get on a schedule again now that we see that it's possible. That's kind of what this show is more for.
I didn't think it would work with just my phone.
I kind of think that there's a little bit less lag. And maybe I'll go back and watch some of the show to be sure. But it kind of seems like it from my end so far.
Okay, but Garrett, one more thing we got to cover while we're talking about the Queen a little bit. And it's kind of getting into a weird conspiracy part of the show.
Yes.
But we should play that audio clip from the Queen's funeral.
So this is an audio clip, and they cut it. I wish they didn't let it run a little bit first. Let me see. Where was that? All right.
I wonder if anyone who's watching saw this. Let us know if you saw this.
You know what's weird about this is that we tried to do a deep dive into this, and it was basically impossible. We couldn't figure this out. I
couldn't find anything about it. Yeah.
And what we did find, I'll play it out first before we get into it too much.
Yeah.
That death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see.
So this is a live broadcast of the funeral, and
was this on the BBC? I think it was.
Whatever fucking British station this is, I guess.
Okay.
But it sounds like obviously someone's whispering. I think we could hear what they say.
Yeah, play it again.
And then somebody cuts them off, and then they cut whatever source that is, and then eventually it's almost like they are quick trying to get on it. Yeah, I just play it out again.
That death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see. Well, as you can see here in London, it is a lovely day, and as the hearse heads out into West London, Emily Morgan.
Dude.
Yeah, what the?
So the news, from what I saw, the news and shit never mentioned that again.
No, and I found I kind of went on a deep dive with it.
That death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see.
I found a Twitter post about that. It was kind of weird. The only people that were trying to explain this away were Twitter bots that were like made within a couple hours of their first comment. And they tried to say like, well, this was a next segment where a grief counselor was talking about how to go. And everyone's like, you are lying. You are lying. I watched the whole thing and they posted clips of it. And she never said anything like that. It had nothing to do with it. It wasn't her voice. But it was weird how on this little insignificant tweet, there were bots being made that were clearly bots only for that reason, and they were lying, basically.
Yeah, that makes me more suspicious of like, what is this?
And this is a weird sentence. The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
It couldn't be weirder.
It almost sounds a little bit.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see.
Hey, did Nesh say something?
Yeah, he says Google and other searches are greatly reducing what we can find. Now more than ever, it's getting worse by the day.
It is getting terrible.
By the day, it's getting harder. You know, how many years ago was that we started the show? I mean, Trump was still president, so at least 2-ish or whatever.
Couple, yeah.
But when we do our show prep, a lot of times we pull this up and we're talking about stuff that we've seen and want to talk about, and we Google it, and it's way, way harder now.
The censorship is ramping up.
Even this 5 or 6 months since we've done this last, it's been, today was impossible. It was so hard to find the stuff we're talking about.
You know how many videos I'm seeing on TikTok and shit where people are using code words so they don't say like vaccine, they have to say like, jab, or they say it's so dystopian, dude.
It's very
weird.
Obvious that anything pro World Economic Forum right now is greatly increased, and everything is the opposite.
Yeah.
It's so obvious that, and it goes down to the ESG scores that these companies are getting now, and it stands for like environmental and social good, basically.
It's like a credit score,
Yeah, it's a weird ass credit score these guys are getting, and it's basically pushing them to have very, very woke policies. It's like Tesla got basically kicked off the S&P 500 woke list because they didn't have a high enough grade, but like BP and other like oil companies have like A- and B+.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, let's get back to this fucking little audio clip.
So what can you think this could be?
Okay, so in the first TikTok video I saw talking about this, people in the comments were saying, "Oh my God, that's Princess Diana's voice," and it's like, holy shit, maybe it is. Like everyone was saying that.
All right, let's play it again.
Yeah, play it again.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see.
So like I don't saying know that she's coming from beyond the grave type of thing.
Or she never died, or who knows? That would be another conspiracy. But let's say that is Princess Diana's voice, okay? That just makes it even weirder. It actually makes it a lot weirder. And also, so one of the comments said that's from an old interview by Princess Diana, okay? And then it had a ton of replies like, which interview? Show me the source. Nobody ever provided a source.
Dude, we let's Google it.
Yeah,
we're not going to find it. We would. What kind of interview would you say that?
Yeah, what kind of interview would that?
Would
like,
have
I don't
to
know
be
what
like
context that could be in.
A cutout thing.
But the only context a statement like the death is irreversible and she's trapped could be in is if the elites and the Queen of England and shit have a way to reverse death usually, but it didn't work this time. Like, it's such a weird sentence to hear about the Queen of England.
If I'm going on the conspiracy deep end, this is somebody concerned thinking, oh shit, we didn't get her consciousness out of there in time. Now she's trapped on the other side.
Oh yeah, or she's trapped in a computer hard drive.
Now
who knows what's going on with that?
Somebody playing a secret recording of Diana. Gotta be a weird thing to play it. I don't know. Let's play it again.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
All right, so she did an interview, and I guess she's whispering it during it. I mean, that was somebody kind of whispering. That is what I figure somebody when there's hot mics around, but you think you're far enough away, and you're whispering. And she sounds concerned to me.
And dude, I mean, the fact that it's being played over the Queen's funeral procession, that's pretty weird. I feel like it's probably related to the Queen's funeral procession, since that's when we hear the audio. So it's very odd.
And the trap thing's weird. You said, one theory in the crazy conspiracy realm would be that that's Princess Diana. 2 would be more of like the elites or somebody in the know. I don't think it's out of question that the elites have technology that we don't have yet. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Elon with his, what the hell is it that he's working on? The
Neuralink?
Yes.
Yeah.
He basically says, and he's only doing, what he say, like 2% of his brain, 1% of his brain is only focused on this. And he claims that he could basically make it so you don't die, that your consciousness goes into here.
Yeah, creepy.
And he says that he's not working on it because he basically says he thinks that it's good that people die because that's how changes happen, yada, yada.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
Yeah, I don't disagree
But the Queen of England's probably not. She's probably got Neuralink.
That's what I was kind of going to. You know, on the sliding scale of between good and evil, what you know of the Queen, where would you put her? Would you put her more on the good side or the evil side?
I'd put her on the far evil side.
Yeah, I mean, this is an old fucking lady that's walking around wearing diamonds that are taken from slaves, and while there's people in her country, not that it's immoral to be a super rich person, but I do think it's immoral to be born into this super rich and do nothing good with it.
I think it's immoral to be wealthy from taxes.
Yeah,
and I think
that's
it's immoral
a better way to put it. Yep.
Yeah. She's just living off the peasants.
And you'll hear British say, "Well, it brings in more money to our economy to have the royal family or not." That's not true. Study after study after study shows that they're a net drain, not a net gain.
I'm sure they
But people
are.
just heard that one time on fucking the BBC, and they believe it now, and it's not true.
Yeah, dude. And on top of that, she knighted Jimmy Savile, who was a big prominent pedophile.
Yes.
She's been with some bad company.
Yes. So I'm not sad at all. She's dead. I think it's super fucking weird that there's a lot of people sad about it.
If she was a good person, then then
that's
I'm sorry for thinking she's evil. But probably she was evil.
I would think that death is a little bit more welcomed to somebody with a clear conscience than somebody that knows that they've been evil. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's probably like a 900-year-old lizard person, for all I know.
Miguel said maybe doing some sort of experiments, attempt at immortality. That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
do they have
like
some?
To me.
Yeah, do they have some technology that? I'm gonna read the rest of it, and that's why the Queen and her husband lived so long, but obviously didn't achieve. Maybe you're right. Maybe she's jumped fucking 7 times. Maybe she is 900 years old.
So that's what it kind of sounds like.
Maybe she got trapped. Maybe they finally got her.
Right. That's what it kind of sounds like with that statement. Like, it's kind of like saying, like, oh, this time, oh no, whoops, this death is irreversible and she's trapped. Like, I'll bet the last 8 times it worked fine, but something went wrong here.
That's where I think that is more likely than Diana's ghost.
Yeah,
and it seems more real world. Nesh says, in my opinion, a spirit is needing. Putting saved data back in the brain won't revive a person. Yeah. Yeah,
they probably trapped her spirit.
That's the thing. It would almost have to be kind of like that duality where it couldn't just be just physical technology, Neuralink. It would almost have to be a blend of, whatever.
But probably some blood magic with speaking of that, Marina Abramovich.
They hear it. Yeah.
So she was like the VIP guest of honor for the funeral. Is that evil witch? Which is another. Put that in the Queen was probably evil.
So here,
side.
I'm probably spelling her name wrong, but yes, here it is.
Yeah, Marina Abramovich.
Let me go to.
She was legit like the guest of honor for the funeral.
Marina, is that how you spell it?
Marina, Marina, and then Abramovich, I think.
But we're talking about the Queen being evil or not, and it's just weird that this lady keeps showing up. Not only that, it said that she was counseling the Queen's family. I don't know enough about the stupid Kardashian Queen family here, but apparently one of the sons married somebody had moved to the States and renounced or whatever. But Marina Abramovich, who's a known Satanist that does a spirit cooking thing, was the one that was basically trying to get the family together. They were using her instead of an actual qualified therapist, or maybe if you do want to go that religious route, you find a holy person or something. They did the opposite. They went on a Satanist, the most famous Satanist alive today.
Right,
and they
she's
decided
a high witch.
That she's the one that they want to go and get the family back together. And she's the one that's the special person at the Queen's wedding. Like, what the? They have Biden sitting. Did you see where he was sitting? They have him basically so far back, he's outside the curb watching. But Marina Abramovich, the Satanist, is right next to the coffin. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I just hope that Marina's okay now that she fucked up the reincarnation ritual or whatever.
Yeah. But going back to it, like, I do think that someday they're going to figure out, and I think we're going to miss it. I think our kids and our grandkids and yada, yada. But on the time scale of the universe, I think we got so close to them figuring out how to, not immortal, but even just living, let's say, like, you don't age. So you live 1,000 years and eventually you have bad luck and you get struck by a car or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that Nesh makes a good point about, even if they do copy my brain, I don't think my consciousness is probably in there. But let's say they do have something that makes you not age. You know damn well they're not going to let the average person get first dibs on that guy.
Yeah, no kidding. For sure.
They'll
keep that one.
That's going to be... Didn't we hear that the Queen owned like a huge percent of all land the Queen owns?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have...
I think she technically owns all of Canada.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know.
And they act like, well, she's just a figurehead. Well, no, because she's walking around with those diamonds, like I said, that basically were stolen from people while her countrymen starve to death. And in this winter, freeze to death, by the way. Europe is completely fucked. They are completely fucked. The consequences of their actions are going to be miserable this winter. But going back to it, they already think the earth is overpopulated. They're not going to give the average person the immortality key. They're going to keep that for themselves. And the first person to have it would probably be the Queen. So I think someone might have fucked up here.
Yeah, I think somebody might have really smartly leaked this audio into the broadcast, and then they figured it out quick and cut it off. You know?
Nash says, blatantly rubbing their evil in our faces. It absolutely feels like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's what this whole war...
Well, did you
World
see?
War III starting seems like to me is them rubbing their evil, and they're just going to be like, we're putting you into war whether you want or not.
Did you see the Biden's head of monkeypox?
No.
So they could pick literally anybody in the United States to lead the team for this monkeypox. Here it is. Let me go to DuckDuckGo because they're not showing. It's this guy here, but there's a lot they're not showing us there. You can't tell me that this guy is the guy for this job. He's basically being seen. Oh God, basically, and he's a devil worshiper. He's a Satanist too.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Fucking White House is full of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Dude, a Satanist. Now that you're saying that, it's ringing a bell.
Yeah. Biden's monkeypox has a penchant for pentagrams, occultism, but it's just
he has a tattoo of a pentagram, and he has a tattoo of like a Baphomet.
Yeah, and he's photographed wearing like the pentagram over and over.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But this is the guy right here. You go on top of the his pictures have been crazy. The top of the nuclear commission or whatever, where this guy's a fetishist,
trans guy or whatever.
Yeah. It's never ending with this guy, and it feels like they are just at this point rubbing it in our faces for real.
Absolutely.
Dude,
what do you think? Real quick, what do you think of monkeypox? Is it over? Are we going to hear about it?
You know what killed it? It's a sexually transmitted disease, and they don't want to admit it. And it's a sexually transmitted disease in the gay community, and that was it. Before that, it was already they were starting to vaccinate people. People were lining in lines. Once they found out that it was an actual sexually transmitted disease in the gay community,
they had
died.
to go.
It had to go.
Okay, they went. Oh dang, we can't do lockdown.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy about that? Do I even pull it up? There's a case study of a gay couple in UK got it, and their dog got it in its anal region.
Yeah.
Yes. The whole thing was about it making a species to species jump. You know, the sad thing is there's kids that have it. I think there's enough of a precedence there that should absolutely be looked at by the authorities in CPS.
No, for sure, it should be.
But
I'll bet it's not.
You're going to be canceled for saying it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
sick.
Back to our crazy conspiracy nets, they definitely have life detention with adrenochrome or other things, or life extension, with adrenochrome or other things. This is kind of what this thing seems to be.
Dude, that goes in
and the fact that she's
As you can see,
it almost sounds to me like she's concerned, and she's talking to somebody, like trying to explain it to him.
Yeah, Princess Diana
is irreversible, and the fact that she's
as you can see,
and the fact that she's trapped.
Yes.
Like, what does that mean?
Yes.
What could that mean? What could that mean, dude? That is fucking crazy.
Yes.
This little 10 seconds of audio is super interesting to me, man.
And it does feel like, going back to Nesh's point, that they love rubbing this shit in people's faces. There's conspiracies that 3 years ago, I would never have taken the time of day if someone said it, like, yeah, whatever, they're with the reptilians. But now so much weird shit has happened, and so much of what conspiracy theorists say come true, it's just like, God, this is pretty fucking weird. She did knight Seville, who is known to have raped thousands of kids right under everybody's noses, and everybody knew about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hey, look at her son, Prince Andrew, who was banging kids on Epstein Island.
Yes.
And wasn't Jeffrey Epstein at the Queen's cabin? There's like a picture of him sitting at that cabin.
Yep, it was.
Him and Ghislaine Maxwell, and I think that's her cabin.
Yep.
So there's some weird shit, man. You know, they're all connected.
And here's the picture you're referring to. And there's pictures with, here it is, the Queen. Here's side by side. You can tell by the wood there, the knots in the wood is the exact same. But of course, once there's undeniable evidence, then the mainstream stuff just stays away from it. They don't touch it then.
Yeah,
but it's pretty goddamn
not
obvious.
A story. Yeah, but look at that. So let's put all this in the Queen is evil column.
Yep, good riddance.
Yeah.
Yep. And I bet she did want to live forever.
Yeah.
I'm sure that wasn't a fun death for her.
Right. Now her soul is trapped in a diamond or something.
Yes.
Because Marina Abramovich fucked up the ritual, and the goat they were putting her in died. Who knows?
But yeah, that's weird. That's really weird. Man. So we've been going an hour, but we have a couple more. We will have a couple more things. Do we just save it for next show and try to figure out the chat log and everything and all that first?
Well, my phone might die kind of at any second. I've been getting warnings.
You know what? Let's save it. We got some fun ones. We have Biden the shapeshifter. Basically, the Biden not the shapeshifter. Let's say the body double.
And somebody wearing a Biden mask.
Yeah,
and stuff.
someone wearing a Biden mask. And we have other examples of other celebrities doing that. Oh, we have this beautiful lady that's totally fit the teen students. and you're
nothing
transphobic if you have any issues with this guy wearing a wig and the sex toy to school to teach kids. You're totally transphobic if you have anything against this.
Yeah, if you have anything to say at all other than this is extremely normal behavior, you're canceled. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Man. Yeah, let's save that
one too. Yeah, we gotta fix the chat log because that's one of the funnest parts of the whole show. I'll figure that out tonight. Mesh says maybe Diana was talking about somebody that was held in a dungeon for whistleblowing. Let me play that again with that kind of in mind. Wherever that is, here it is.
That death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
as you can see.
What the hell? I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Biggles says Horcrux.
Horcrux, yes. That's funny. One of her Horcruxes.
But yeah, man, I think I think we're gonna be good to go. I think we're gonna be able to bring this back.
Yeah, man. I think it went pretty smooth. We had a couple technical issues.
Yeah, but we have Nesh back. We have Niggles back. We have. I hope I'm saying this right. We have Yellow Robe 22, who looks like just joined us 8 days ago.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
What do we want to do? We want to shoot for a tentative show sometime, just so people know when to find us again.
Yeah, let's shoot for a tentative show next Saturday.
Let's do it. We'll do next Saturday night at 10. We'll hopefully get on by then maybe we'll have a normal schedule. We'll get the chat log going. We'll try to pretty it up a bit. But man, it's pretty exciting. I was excited all day for this. And
yeah, it's been too long, man. That was fun.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to have a more put together show for you guys next week.
Yeah, we didn't do any.
Yeah, no prep. Our prep was to try to get Nate's phone to show up as a camera.
Yeah. So we'll see. It'll probably be. Hopefully, it'll be smoother next time.
Yeah, it's great. It was another fun show. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
See you, everybody.
Peace.
Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. Truth bombs that many never knew. We talking politics, everything up to the moon. Was the landing real and fake? I guess you'll never know. Let's talk, this is the Nate and Garrett Show, yeah. So lend me your ear, let's get it poppin'. You know that we keep it live, non-stoppin'. Educate and entertain, there ain't no doubt. After you listen, you'll be thinking way outside the box. From media dishonesty, never let them play you. Keep it authentic nowadays, many can't do. Unfiltered is how we do it. Make sure you stay locked in and tuned in, let's go. Had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens.